Some people have big dreams, clear goals, strong ambition, a clear idea of the life they want to live. And yet, most days, they feel tired, unmotivated, stuck. They struggle to start. They delay important work. They watch time pass while doing nothing meaningful. And slowly, they start calling themselves lazy. But what if laziness is not the real problem? What if feeling lazy is actually a sign of something deeper? Because many ambitious people are not lazy. They are conflicted. Inside their mind, two forces exist at the same time. One part wants growth, progress, achievement. The other wants safety, comfort, certainty. This internal conflict is exhausting, and it explains why ambition and inaction can coexist. Psychologically, the human brain did not evolve to chase potential. It evolved to avoid danger. For most of human history, survival mattered more than success. Staying safe was more important than moving forward. So the brain learned to prioritize comfort, predictability, energy conservation. Ambition, on the other hand, is modern. It asks the brain to move toward uncertainty, toward effort, toward possible failure. And the brain does not like that. Every ambitious goal contains risk. Not physical risk, but psychological risk. What if I fail? What if I try and still fall short? What if I prove to myself that I am not capable? The brain interprets these questions as threats. So instead of pushing forward, it quietly creates resistance. That resistance does not feel like fear. It feels like laziness, scrolling instead of starting, planning instead of doing, waiting for the right time. The mind replaces action with preparation. Because preparation feels safe, action does not. This is why ambitious people often overthink. They are not confused. They are protecting their self-image. Identity plays a powerful role here. Ambitious people often tie their goals to who they are. Success becomes proof of worth. Failure becomes a threat to identity. So the mind delays. If you never start, you never fail. If you never fail, your identity stays intact. Procrastination becomes protection. This is why motivation feels unreliable. Motivation depends on emotional safety, and ambitious goals rarely feel emotionally safe. Another reason ambition and laziness coexist is energy mismanagement. Ambitious people think constantly. They imagine outcomes. They analyze possibilities. They mentally rehearse success. But thinking uses energy. The brain experiences mental effort as work. So by the time action is required, it already feels tired. The mind confuses thinking with progress. But progress only happens through movement. Environment also matters more than most people realize. The brain always chooses the path of least resistance, not the path of greatest reward. If comfort is easily available, distraction is close, and effort requires friction, the brain will choose comfort. This is not weakness, it is design. This is why discipline alone often fails. Discipline relies on force. Force creates resistance. Resistance drains energy. Design works differently. Design removes resistance. When tasks are smaller, when starting feels safe, when failure does not threaten identity, action becomes easier. This is why ambitious people often work best when the pressure is low and the expectations are minimal. They move when the task stops feeling personal. The real shift happens when ambition is separated from identity, when goals stop defining self-worth, when progress becomes exploration, not evaluation. Instead of asking, how do I stay motivated? The better question is, how do I make this feel safe to begin? The brain moves when it feels protected, not when it feels judged. Progress does not require confidence. Confidence is created by progress. Most change does not begin with intensity. It begins with permission. Permission to start badly. Permission to move slowly. Permission to be unfinished. Ambition does not disappear when resistance is removed. It becomes sustainable. Feeling lazy does not mean you lack drive. It often means your mind is trying to protect you from an effort it does not yet trust. When this is understood, self-judgment softens. clarity increases, and movement becomes possible. Not all at once, but enough. And sometimes that is all it takes.